Hey now, take a step outside and seize the...
Greetings, fellow travelers. Oblix here, and today I want to take just a second to look at our latest purchase from R2A Watches. How y'all doing today? So guys, just got this in and got a heck of a deal on it. And this is from R2A Watches, who is formerly known as Russia to All. They're a local or a U.S. based company that imports watches primarily from Russia, Eastern European area. This is from Eastern Europe, and actually from Lithuania. So let's get this guy open and take a look. And little hint, we're going to use our R2A Watches pocket knife, Vostok Europe pocket knife, to pop this bad boy open. Got this from what they call Chronobucks, which is like kind of a shopper reward program. You know, every time you buy stuff, they give you a certain amount of points, and you can redeem those points for things. So got the knife from points for that. Also picked up a Sturmansky my words aren't coming to me. Sturmansky mouse pad that's at my office at work that I use. Pretty cool. So we've got this nice dive case, and you see Vostok Europe. So hey, imagine that. Guess what it is? It's a Vostok Europe. So quite a massive dive case. Let's pop this guy open, break the seal as it were. You see we've got the nice VE logo up here etched into the foam at the top. We've got some VE stickerage. Detente Watch Group, this is the importing company. The same people own R2A watches. So it is bronze cased with a helium escape valve, tritium tubes, Vostok Europe blah de blah. We've got a tool, Vostok Europe branded tool to change the bands or straps. And let's just get into the piece, shall we? Stop faffing about, Oblix. Alright, fine. Get this guy opened up. Ooh, look at this bad boy. So this is a Vostok Europe Energia. So it's kind of their, I won't say it's their premier watch. I think they have two actually kind of premier class watches. Energia is definitely one of them, and probably the Lunicode is the other. It's kind of their top tier. Most effort goes into creating them. So let's take a look at what else is in the case, and then we'll take a look at the watch itself. So we've also got a silicone strap that's dial matching, or at least close enough as it doesn't matter. And of course it comes on the leather. So we've got the silicone and the leather. Both have the bronze colored buckles. Actually looks like they use the same buckle, which is kind of cool. And the special thing about this case is it is convertible to be a 4-watch watch box. So if I pull these foam out here, you can see in here there are cutouts for the watch holder, much like this one, right? So at the end of the day, you wind up with being able to have 1, 2, 3, 4 different watches. So here's another cutout you can see in here for yet another watch holder. So you'd be able to put a watch here, a watch here, a watch here, and a watch here. And I believe you put probably these two foam pieces right here in the middle like so, and then put your other two of these holders, one on each side, one there, and you can hold 4 watches, which is pretty cool. Or if you just want it to be the one watch, you just convert it back like it so. So kind of a special thing with the case there. Again, some guys won't ever use the case, so it's not a big deal to them. Some guys are going to find that super cool, and wanted to make sure you guys saw it. So let's move all this out the way and take a look at the watch itself. Alright, so got it opened and all the plastic off. I did want to show you this. They do include the water tightness test. So they took it down to 31.5 bar and tested it for 50 seconds. And they just show you, and they match the serial number, of the watch, because they're limited edition watches. If you can see, a little hard to see down here at the bottom, it is 746 of 3,000. So taking a closer look at this guy, look at that beautiful dial, that kind of teal color, it's like a dark cyan, absolutely beautiful. Of course the leather's matching, and you will notice a very peculiar connection methodology here. Quite a bit different than you've probably seen on anything else. It doesn't use traditional lugs. It does have these screw down lugs, and that's what the tool is for, so you can take these guys off. So you unscrew these guys. Now these rings, they look like they're attached to the watch. They're actually not connected at all. You can tell when I can hold them and move the leather, and they move with the leather. They don't stay with the watch. Like if I were to try that with this lug right here, it wouldn't move when I move with the leather, but these do. So these are just purely for looks. So if you wanted to replace this strap with a standard strap, and this is probably 24 millimeters, I'm guessing. I haven't got out the micrometer and measured it, but if you unscrew this with the tool included in the box, these rings will come out along with the leather strap, and you can put in a regular watch strap in there, which is kind of inventive, pretty cool. We've got a screw down crown, we've got unidirectional rotating bezel, as is typical with a dive watch, which of course this is. Really nice motion on that, nice and smooth, not hard to turn at all. There's not a lot of purchase on the sides. There's not any knurling or anything. There's just these little cutouts here. But it moves so smooth, it's not hard to turn by any means. But again, that just gorgeous dial. Now you see these T25 tritium tubes inside. So each hour marker has one, with the exception of the 12 has 2, and they're in these little reflective channels to help shine that light back up into your face. The hour marker has 2, and the minute marker has 1, and the second marker has a tiny little one on the end down there. And there's probably, I'm going to bet there's one up here at the 12 o'clock on the rotating bezel. I can't tell just looking at it from here. But I imagine there's one up there as well. I'd be surprised if there wasn't. For those that don't know, T25 tritium is a radioactive material. Don't worry, it's not going to rot your arm off. It's not a strong radiation. It's a very minimal radiation. Very safe. But what it does is it excites the material inside this tube and causes the tube to glow perpetually for about 12 years. So unlike with traditional watches that have luminescence, where you have to shine a bright light on them for demo purposes, when I'm doing reviews on watches, I'll use this guy, this huge UV light to charge those things up so that I can take a good picture of the luminescence. You don't have to do that with tritium. They're glowing all the time for 12 years, ballpark. You put it in a dark drawer, it's going to glow in that drawer for 12 years. It's just the nature of what tritium is, so there's no charging up. It's not going to be as bright as some of those really good luminescence. Some of that Seiko Lume is just insane. And it's just wicked, wicked bright, but only for a few hours, and then it's, fades out and it's gone. Tritium will glow at the same brightness for a really, really long time. We're talking years, not hours. So circling around, we've got a massive chunky case here, big piece of bronze. This does come in stainless as well. If you're not a fan of bronze, I love bronze. Bronze, brass, unique metals. I really enjoy them. It does have a helium escape valve. I love how the cutouts in the bezel line up with the cutouts in the case. Depending on where you have the bezel. So a good reason to keep the bezel at 12 when you're not actively using it is because everything lines up and looks pretty. Big, chunky, meaty leather strap. It is a coated strap with the contrast stitching that kind of sort of matches the bronze, but looking really good. So you've got the bar stitch across the top, and you've got the loop stitches on the side, as well as you've got the edge stitch down here at the end of the buckle. Or at the end of the tang, but also on the buckle side. And of course, captive first keeper, free float second keeper, God's intended way. Case matched buckle. This is not bronze. I am quite certain. This is probably a coated steel, but it looks beautiful. It's very, very shiny. It is not going to patina like the bronze will in the case. Bronze, for those that don't know, it's a metal that's been used in the marine industry for a very long time because it lasts. It doesn't rust per se, like iron does, or steel, because steel's based on iron. They will rust over time. Bronze patinas. It still oxidizes in an oxygen-rich atmosphere, especially a moist oxygen-rich atmosphere. It's going to oxidize, but the oxidization comes in the form of a patina instead of a rust, which will change the look of this piece over time. Now, I've got you guys zoomed down. I'm going to show you my wrist check for today. I'm wearing the Vostok Europe Almaz, also in bronze, and I'm going to go ahead and take this guy off and give you a good look because this guy has a good patina on him. Now, this came pre-patinaed from Vostok Europe. So they went through a chemical process to, start the patina early. And you can just see this bronze used to look like this bronze at one point in its life, kind of that gold color. And you can see where it's gotten that kind of greenish color to it, which is that patina. And a lot of guys really like that patina look. It really kind of gives it that old nautical look, like you've pulled out an old compass or lantern or something along those lines. And you can tell I really like this, that kind of teal color on these watches, as my Almaz and my Energia both have that very similar color. The Almaz is lighter and the Energia is darker. I actually really like the look of the Energia compared to the Almaz. Ironically, pretty similar in size. The Energia is definitely a little bit bigger, and the Almaz was not a small piece to begin with, so that gives you a hint. The Energia is definitely a chunky monkey. So looking at the case back, it is a screw down case back. It is a different tool than the tool you're going to use to take off the strap. You can see that Seiko NH35 beading inside, so it's actually a Seiko NH35A. So you're going to have a bulletproof, reliable movement, that's well respected in the industry. Now this is a pretty much full bronze case back with the exception of the screws and the glass back. So unlike the Energia, or unlike the Almaz, you'll see the Almaz has a stainless steel case back. So the Almaz, I've worn it many, many times in hot weather and whatnot, and it's very good about not turning your wrist green. That is going to be a potential issue with this watch because of the bronze. Bronze will react with your skin when you sweat, and it will kind of turn your skin a bit of a green color. So that's something to be aware of if you're wearing this outside on really hot, sweaty days. If you live up north, that may not be an issue for you. Here in Houston, Texas, it's an issue even in December for us. We generally have 100% humidity and kissing 100 degrees Fahrenheit every day, all year long, it seems. So, we're always going to have sweaty wrists, so that is something we need to be mindful of. So this will be something I wear on days when I'm inside, most likely. You can definitely, with that silicone strap, if I change out from the leather to the silicone, you could definitely take it to the pool and whatnot. Like I said, it is a full dive watch. If I were going to wear it outside in a hot climate, or anywhere where it's going to be moist, I'd probably go with the steel case instead of the bronze case. Get you a good look at that case back. And it is water resistant to 30 ATM, so it's a deep dive watch. You're going to go down to 300 meters. So you can definitely take this with you diving, not a problem. Well, I do love that dial. So this guy sells on R2A's website for about $1,000, a little scoosh over $1,000. I definitely got a much better deal than that. But I'm a member of the R2A Watches Facebook page. If you like Vostok Europe or Stamansky, a lot of those Eastern Bloc country watches, Russian watches, then you probably want to look at joining that group. They're kind of picky on who they'll take in the group. They don't want just any old Nander and Nabob in there. They like to keep drama to a minimum, which I appreciate. But if you join the group, they often offer pretty good deals to their group members on pieces like this. So you just have to kind of keep your eyeballs open, and they'll post to the group generally even before they send out a broadcast email or any other such thing. So it's definitely worth joining if you enjoy big chunky pieces, like most Vostok Europes are. Now, something I'm going to try to do this week, guys, and I'm not promising this by any means. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off. I'm going to try. I'm going to try my heart out because I have not been posting on this channel as much as I would like to be. Real world work. I do have a Monday through Friday 8 to 5 job, and I am on call 24/7, 365, and that's just been kicking my tail lately. So between that and my other channel, where I've been focusing a lot of effort on that other channel lately, links in the description for the other channel if you're interested in gaming content. But I've been putting a lot of effort into that channel. Been kind of neglecting this channel last 2 weeks or so. Need to get back into this channel again as well. Really, enjoy making this content. It's just this content tends to take a lot longer. Is a lot harder to produce. So, but I really do enjoy it, so I want to get back into it. I'm going to try very hard this week to produce a week's worth of Vostok Europe content. So I'm going to try to go through my entire Vostok Europe collection. I actually have more than a week's worth of Vostok Europes, but I'm going to try to go through reviews on as many of those as I can get to this week. Hopefully it'll be about a week's worth of content, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, something like that. Worth of content for you guys, in addition to this, taking a first look at this Energia. Alright, so real quick, let's check this guy out on wrist, and if I can get this buckle open. Again, this is going to be a seriously chunky monkey, as most Vostok Europes are. And actually, ooh, that leather's tight. As all new leather is. It's going to have to break in a little bit. There we go. You see, that is a big, meaty, chunky monkey of a piece. Look at that thing. But if you're a guy that likes big, bold pieces, then this may be right up your alley. And this is my 7-inch wrist. So you see how much of a monster it is on my 7-inch wrist. But I like big, bold pieces, so. I also like small, little pieces, but I'm kind of an enigma. Alright, everybody. Well, I think that's going to do it for today. I sure do appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me as we take a look at the Vostok Europe Energia. So until next time, you guys, y'all, get out there, make some noise. See ya.
It goes